Hi!
Hi, I'm here with my drug dealer, Azucena.
Hello, nice to see you.
And many of you know Azucena already, but Azucena and I have been working together for about, since before Lila was born, 25 years. Now, I think there hasn't been more than a month in which we haven't seen each other. I think that what I want to do today is talk about the evolution of shoulder pad tops. We'll start with that. So I first bought this shoulder pad top from Zara. It came longer and I loved it because what it does is it just makes clothes hang really well. For me, it always gives a slightly broader shoulder, narrower hip. So unless you're somebody who's a cornet shape, I think it's incredibly good under clothes, under jumpers. I think as we go down the path of life, Azucena, we get a more sloping shoulder and it brings it straight again. And I just feel it's incredible the changes. So Azucena then made these tops for me to put under things, and we have them in every different thing, and she sells them, by the way. This is like a short, what I call my bralette one. This is only for me. Then she's got ones which are scooped, which you can wear a bra, so it's like it goes under the bra. We went on that path if you want to wear a deep V. But recently, I wanted to do t-shirts again. This is the sort of tight t-shirt look that we did next. And then I wanted something loose because I don't always want to be fitted here. I want a looseness that I'll tuck in. So when it's loose like this, to tuck in. So that was the first evolution of that. We then thought, let's do some colors. So we did yellow. But what is genius in this, because with these Zara tops, taking the shoulder pad out when you wash them is difficult because it doesn't come out. So if you put them in the dryer, it doesn't work. So you've got to basically wash them, cool wash, and then sort of, and it's a nightmare. It's a bit of a nightmare. So the genius thing was that Azucena's put in a thing to take out the shoulder pad. So you wash it and then you put the shoulder pad back in so it never loses its shape. Genius.
Exactly.
Genius. So I'm going to put one on in the blue because I just got the blue today. It transforms the concept for me of a t-shirt. We tweak all the time, and I think I said to Azucena, can we go out a bit more, because I liked the curve around. I'm fine here, but I think some women, so when I'm tweaking with Azucena, I also think of her future business because we like to support female founders. There's a crepiness there that some women don't like, so that covers it. But you still feel that you are wearing sleeveless, which I adore. It's a looser one, so we just tuck it in like that.
What material is it?
It's cotton with a tiny bit of elastic.
8% cotton and 2% elastic, so it's good because it's not very stretchy.
And I think when we think of basics, like t-shirts, they can look tired. They're not something we ever think we should do smart. But this is what I call my smart t-shirt moment. So then I can just put a really nice little bit of turquoise on it. I love this colour, Azucena.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It just gives a new meaning to a t-shirt. So think about this as a concept in your wardrobe. So that's one thing. Today with Azucena, we're going to do concepts of things. How we change things that you might have in your wardrobe that are going to change your wardrobe up with not much expenditure. Apart from finding your own Azucena or your local dry cleaner where they've got a sewing machine and just directing them as to what you would like to do. Cutting up dresses. So there might be dresses that you've had a long time in your wardrobe and you're bored of them. And I love this dress in the summer because I wore it like this. I was bored of it. So I thought, why don't I turn it into a long-sleeved open coat? And this is an idea you can have. So you can, after this, look through all your dresses and think, bored with that, but I don't want it out of my life totally. So you basically just opened up the front from it.
And
Rearranged. You rearrange a little bit of the gathering, did you?
Exactly.
Yeah. So then I put that on like that, and it's just this lovely sort of floaty thing that I can wear. It's given it a second life in my wardrobe, and I think it's great if we can find second lives for our things that make it feel like we've just gone shopping.
Yeah. Was this quite an easy job, do you think?
Exactly.
Yeah, because
it was
not
complicated at all.
Oh, there were
buttons at
buttons
the
to
top.
here. Yeah. So the buttons on this one came to here, and this was one piece.
One piece. Yeah.
This was a bit off in colour, and I think when you have lace, it can go off. So, Azucena, tell everybody your trick to take what lovely white lace that has got a bit creamy or lost its colour. What do you do? Because this is now really white, and it wasn't. What do you do?
First to wash it very well, and then just start cooking in milk with water. So you have to leave it for like maybe a day, and then wash it again and put.
When you say cook in milk, are you putting it on the stove with heat?
Yes.
You know, no.
Yeah. So we put a bit of milk on the water.
What, you put it on the stove?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. So you take a big cauldron.
Yes, and then we cook it. Exactly.
But is it hot that you can put your finger in it?
Exactly.
So you can still put your finger in it?
Yeah. For maybe around 20 minutes.
Okay.
Very low. Very
And it
low
doesn't
flame.
smell of milk.
And then we watch it again, and
Yeah.
if we see that the color hasn't changed much, so we repeat.
Yeah, I wish I could show you the old one. So, I mean, you've got that so white. It's such a good
Yeah.
trick. Simplest tip and trick, which is called, let's take off the collar. Now, I take off the collar for different reasons. Sometimes I take the collar off because I buy a man's shirt and it's really loose, and I like things fitted at the neckline. I think some people suit the framing of a shirt, and some people, they don't get drawn towards shirts. But as soon as I then tuck that in, and this tells me how much it will suit me, and do that, it's better. It just is. It's just better. I can't tell you why. It just is, and you know, I can have it open. So we just take off the collar.
Yeah.
If you do it at home,
Yes.
how would you suggest to people they do it? Do you cut here and then sew it down? What
No,
do you
we
do?
usually we have to open this panel,
Yeah.
take the collar out,
Yeah.
and sew it again, and it's a seam on the top. That's it.
And you put a seam on the
Yeah,
top.
yeah,
You put
yeah.
a cross stitch.
Yes, exactly.
What's it called? Overstitch.
Yeah, overstitch on the top. That's it. It's an easy job. It's not
Easy job.
difficult.
All right. Just seeing the shirt now having no collar. It's just clean for me at the neck, which I much prefer. Tuck that in there. Let's give it a look. There we go.
Very nice.
Really nice. Yeah, it's great. It's so much nicer. Yeah. One of my favorite tricks is putting pockets in things, but how you put pockets in things is really important. So these are trousers I got that I know Lila will want. They're sort of floppy, chilled, low-waisted trousers, no pockets, and it's like, oh. So there is a seam either side, so you've got to check that first, haven't you? And there is a seam.
Yeah, we have a seam there.
And then it's how thin you make the fabric. I've been once to Azucena's house, but you have like so much fabric.
Yes.
You find like the thinnest with the right color, or else
Yeah.
you'll buy it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very important to have the same texture.
Yeah.
And also the color that even if you see a little bit of pocket, it's not going to be different than the.
Exactly. So on this, I think we would choose the navy. I think if you have a pattern, step far away, open your eyes and squint and say, what's the first color I see? And in fact, it's navy. So I want to do that. The other thing I want to do with these, which is really my next point, but I think a cropped trouser is better when it's this balloon shape. I bought Azucena a really cheap trouser from Zara, and I love the way they finished
That's
it.
better. That's better.
Because
Yeah.
lots of people do an elasticated bottom trouser,
Yes.
which is like that. So what they did is they did that, but they turned it over again. So it hangs, I'm going to show you off, it hangs so much better because you don't have the sewn down seam. So it balloons perfectly without going to a hem,
Yeah.
which then does something. So with these, because they're too long, I think if we turn up,
Yes.
Azucena,
Yes.
this like that,
Yeah.
but also I'm going to suggest we do it with elastic.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
because
so.
I think not having elastic is a mistake. And my thought is they wanted to do it really cheaply, these trousers, because even though they weren't cheap, when you're sizing and costing up a clothing with a manufacturer, pockets are another X amount of money. You know, putting elastic inside to turn up a seam is another X amount of money, and I think they were thinking, where can we shave costs? I was also thinking, do I have a willy? I think the crotch
there's something wrong there.
has a few
Yeah,
issues.
yeah.
So let's
Few
talk about
issues.
crotch correction. Yeah? How
yeah.
many trousers do you come across where you think the crotch is
When I see something like that, it's because there is something wrong with the clutch. And if I look when you take the trousers
Yeah.
off training, we can find out what is wrong in the.
okay? These
and
are
it's-
low-waisted
yeah,
though, so we
yeah.
don't want to.
No, not
give a
to-
camel foot.
Exactly, but
It's like, is
Shape.
there excess
Yeah,
fabric
yeah.
which is giving you room for a willy when they're not men's trousers you're buying as a
Exactly,
woman?
yeah.
So then do you just take a bit of fabric in?
We're
How
going to
do
show
you?
you.
Yes.
We're going to
We're going
we'll
to
turn
do
them
it in a
inside
second.
out and show you.
Guys, yeah, this is
Oh my
terrible.
God, she's going. Oh my God. So why
Tell
is
us
it
what's
How do
happening.
we know why it's terrible?
Training first, you see this seam shouldn't be like this across because that's why it's making the problem in there. You see like that.
Okay.
So this seam should be straight here and this seam should be not on the top of here.
At the moment, the seam is going over the mountain. The seam shouldn't. The
Yeah,
seam should
exactly.
end, and this
End.
should be the top seam.
Exactly.
And that
Yes.
gives a weird feeling to the trouser.
And can you see the back here?
I mean, you might just think I'll just wear it as it is, but I think if you invest in something, whether you're spending £29 on a pair of trousers or £129 on a pair of trousers to make them fit you really well. You'll reach for that item in your wardrobe again and again, as opposed to thinking, oh, I love it, but there's that little problem. I want to take away every reason why I might not wear them, because I love the print and I love what they represent. So do you remember the crutch dilemma of these? So Azucena, you've gone in there and you've just created a much better crutch. I no longer have a willy placement at the front of the trouser. And then you put the pockets in,
Yes,
which are great. We talked about the colour. So Azucena's just done the darkest shade. That's there. They're nice deep pockets. They're in perfect plasmor. Changes ultimately a trouser so much when you get pockets. And the zip's at the back because it was at the side and we need to put the pocket in. So it's just really fab and just give me a perfect pair of trousers. Just to show you how nice that hang is. You know, it's a really good hang.
Perfect. Like, I think, is this like your perfect trouser?
This is, I have actually ordered 2 more colours because I find it so perfect. And one is chocolate brown. Well, it's sort of shit brown, diarrhea brown. And the other is a kind of dirty beige.
Okay.
This might be that it's the best colour, but I think what's interesting is even though they're elasticated, they're a little bit loose. And I like this. I do really like how they fall.
Very nice,
so
really.
do you want to make them actually the
I think
same?
we should
Make
really
them
copy
exactly
the
the same.
same.
Okay, so we're going to make them exactly
because
the same.
it has a really wide elastic inside, and it's
It's a deep elastic.
Exactly, and also it has the weight. You have the weight at the same time, so that's what happening with this lovely top.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say well done, Zara, for a really good design.
Very nice, very nice.
Azucena approved for Zara. They're really great.
They're so good, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they've got pockets, but you can't see that they've got pockets.
And they've got pockets slightly at the front.
But I like that because it's on the seam.
I love it.
I'm learning so much, Azucena.
So I'm going to show you now. Look at these because I want these to become these. Now you need a certain amount of fabric, so you've got to think how wide is the fabric. And these, the fabric is not so wide. Let me just see how much narrower this fabric is. So it's that much narrower. So we've got to be aware we won't have so much fabric, and can we still achieve it? I put these on at the weekend. I just bought them, and some people said, "Oh, don't take them up and make them balloon-like." The reason I think I want to is because I think they're a weird length. So if I wear them high, they're just a weird length.
Yeah.
If they're straight, they look like they're too short for me. I'm going to say, and I'm not a person who worries, but it gives that sort of heavy, weighty tree trunkness to a leg without there being the elegance of seeing something. Even if the fabric covering your leg is less and you might think your legs look shorter, just the flow is better. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah?
Where are these trousers from, Trini?
These are from a company called American Vintage. Also, when we've gathered them, they will also look a bit shorter because we gathered them, right?
Yes.
So that's that. There. And I don't know if you can see now because there isn't a difference in the shape. It's just going up and down. It's a bit ugh. And this just gives you movement and fluidity.
I love that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And Azucena, you think adding elastic, you wouldn't need to add extra material then?
Not really.
No, because they're very thin, the fabric has got enough weight. Just a nicer shape. It's not a shape for everyone. And I think when we think about who can wear this, you've got to want unusual shapes. It's not about do my legs look the longest. It's about what does this outfit give me? What energy does this outfit give me? And I think the trouser like this just gives me a more sort of fun, chilled vibe than what it was before, which was a little bit too short for me and Mrs. Average. So really happy with that. The pockets were already here.
Yes.
Those are great.
Very nice.
Now we're going to give you a final tip for dresses. This is a dress that is one meal away from being too tight. And we all have that dress in our cupboard that we put on and we think, I really want to wear it, but I'm going out something nice and I'll have the nice meal that we're going to get wherever we're going, and then we'll feel I'm uncomfortable. So Azucena has taken my dresses out and in and out. They're like an accordion, okay? But there's a trick to it, and I think there's 2 tricks for me. One is if you can afford to take a bit of length off the bottom, and I could with this, but we'd have to move the frill up, but we could be there, all right? You could use a bit of that fabric. So if you're at home and you think I could take a little inch or 2 from the bottom, or even an inch. It's about making this seam here. So just describe how you do it, darling.
Yeah. For example, if we need to put a panel here because it's too tight, also we can take a little bit from the corner from here.
Yeah.
From this corner we can take a little bit from here and then add a little panel
Like an
here,
inverted V.
like in a V,
Yeah.
and then a little panel at the top of the sleeve.
Yeah.
So that's the solution.
And it's amazing how you don't see it. I've done it with so many Vampires Web dresses. On a print, it's really
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
And then you can breathe. And I think it's about where you take it in, because if you have a dress that's lovely and your boobs grow during your period, perfect to do it here.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody who's become menopausal and your tummy is out of control, do it here. You know, just think, where do you need it? Because you want to have somewhere where it feels nice and fitted, if it's a fitted dress. So where is it not going to constrict you in the fit? So, for example, I wouldn't do it here because that's where I'm eating. And if my boobs were getting bigger and smaller because I'm way past pregnancy and menopause, then I might do it here. But for me, it's just here. It's where I breathe.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So we'll just take it out from the seam.
Yes,
Okay, great.
Oh,
Yeah, that
so,
would-
Azucena, when you alter Trini's dresses, do you know that they might be altered again?
Yes, sometimes. That's why I usually leave fabric there. So we
Wow.
have here in the dots. You can see it's difficult
yeah.
to see.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
left the fabric there,
Yeah.
and I left some fabric in there.
You might remember this as a dress. So we did something to it, which I love what we did, is we didn't make it, because you can do a very simple waistband, but I wanted to make a feature of the waistband. So we took this and we made a frill.
Yes.
And so that if I tuck it in, I'm just going to see if I had something tucked in, how nice that little detail is.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's made to be the skirt, which had the special detail, as opposed to a dress that I didn't wear anymore, that we lowered down because the dress came to about my calf, and we lowered it down, took the full height and made it a skirt.
Oh, I can't remember. Was this bottom frill already there?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
But just higher,
Yeah.
okay.
But it's a really nice skirt.
And then is that elasticated at the waist? Is there a zip
No,
now?
it's not. It's
Oh.
with a zip, so it looks like it's elasticated.
Yeah.
But it fits much better.
That's
Because
clever.
it's not, because it's flush.
Yeah.
And if it was elasticated, I'd have to have gathers, and I wanted it to be flush.
Very beautiful.
It's really nice, it's actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes the simplest things are the most interesting. How high a heel do you want to wear with a trouser, and how often do you put a heel on, or put a trouser on where you think, I don't want to wear a heel with it? So this is a suit, and I wear it smart and casual, but the hem's coming down a bit. So I just want to show you how I wear it when I wear a heel. So I wear it like that when I wear a heel. So we've made it the length that I can wear a heel, but it's not a very high heel. It's probably about, well, it's about a 3 centimeter heel, 2.5 centimeters. But it's just, it gives it an elegance to the suit. So I could wear it with a little bra underneath and do
Yeah.
up the jacket. So there's a versatility. It's about what's the right length of trouser this in a way. But then if I want to wear it with a flat shoe, for me, if I wear it with a flat shoe, it's going to drag along the floor. And although it's quite nice and floppy, and I can sort of have it like that and it'll be okay and pull it up a bit, which I can because there's an internal button here. One thing you could do in this, sometimes Serena Butte has this, there'll be a little thing here and you can pull in the loop and make it tighter. So it's one thing you could do. It's complicated in a pair of trousers, but you could put that in.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what
we
you
can
do
do that.
is you would take the elastic here, and
Yes.
in a way you cut a hole, don't you? And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
put a
yeah.
button. You're ending the elastic here, then you're cutting it, and then you're taking that bit that you can put onto a button. So it's a way of wearing them high and low, so you're not cutting the trouser. Yeah?
Okay.
The other thing to do is to balloon them, and I'm just going to say this is why I balloon, because I don't want to make a trouser only work one way. I want to make it work both ways, and then there's different ways that I will put these on. These are from Joey the Label in Australia, and she made them. Weirdly, I was going to make them for Trinity London, I didn't, and then Joey made them. So then I tuck these under like this, and you can tuck them under long, so they feel like the trousers are, you can either have them shorter, so you give the feeling of an ankle, like that, or you can have them nearly as long as the trouser, so you're just feeling still the length, like this. Do you see what I mean? So you're not
Yes.
Very
feeling
nice.
they've become shorter and made your legs shorter. But it's a way, and sometimes I will just have these in my bag.
I think that's a nice way to test if you would like a trouser that way as well before you commit to a permanent.
Such a good idea. So these were the trousers that we talked about, how you can have one pair of trousers with one length, but wear them with two different shoes. So Susanna has actually put in this, so it's a piece of elastic there, and I can then make the trouser a little bit tighter
Yes.
which then will mean that I can wear it higher.
Is
So now they're tight on the waist when I want to wear them higher, like that.
Yeah.
And I can wear it with a flat shoe.
yes.
And then when I've got a heel on, I can pull it down because I now can make it looser and tighter. And you don't see a change really in the trouser because that was where there was some gathering anyway, so you hardly notice the difference in the gathering, but it's a really great trick. Sometimes things we find really simple, we forget, like Jemima, you're saying,
Yeah.
you learned so much today, but I think there's some such simple things you can do for clothing to expand the length of your wardrobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What's the problem you think most people have, Azucena? What do people come to you all the time and say, like, I need help with this?
Yeah, because mainly ladies that the shoulders are too wide, or maybe the dresses are too big. Also, same problem with trousers trimming.
Yeah.
And the first thing I say, look, take your trousers off and I'll check.
Yeah.
And really, there's something wrong with the cashmere.
Yeah.
I can see from far.
Yeah. Not everyone can have an Azucena. This is a comment we get a lot. And not everyone can afford to go to a seamstress. I want you to do some YouTube videos and take people through some of the things we've done today,
Okay.
if you are up for that,
Of
to
course
say,
we can.
this is how you do it, this is the stitch you use. Speak to your daughters, because her daughters are really helpful.
Yeah.
And think about it, but let us know what you would think. But so many people, a sewing machine is a one-time investment. You can get the second-hand ones on eBay. And if you could take control and do it yourself, because
Yes.
you're never going to meet you or never going to have a tailor,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Very good idea, Trinity.
Yeah.
Even my daughter Mary told me, Mommy, we should do that. So
Mary's already telling you. Don't listen to me. Listen to Mary. Listen to fabulous Mary.
Thanks,
you.
Azucena.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.